So it looks like Stellantis is laying off a bunch of workers. Sounds like a couple hundred engineers got laid off just overnight without a bunch of warning. And seems like they were outsourcing a lot of the jobs potentially to other countries like India or maybe Mexico or other lower cost of uh, operating countries, where they have different people who can conduct the engineering. I'm sure it's drawings and schematics and that sort of thing for the vehicles. They're getting rid of the American workers who they're probably paying pretty good salaries to because the cost of living is higher here, and they're outsourcing those jobs to countries like India and other places. So they didn't get a bunch of notice. They were just basically told that their services were no longer needed, and it's got to be a decision by Stellantis to reduce cost. I don't know who's really buying their cars, if they're it's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. So obviously those Dodge trucks are very expensive. The Jeeps are expensive. I think even the Chryslers are it's not like they're cheap cars. So they're still going to cost $40,000 plus, I would think, for just a regular car from them that's new. And I'm sure they're selling less cars because there's more inventory on their lots, and not a lot of people are going out to buy their cars. They'd much rather buy a better quality car if they're going to spend that kind of money. So they're making the decision to cut a lot of the staff, and I guess they feel like they can maintain the same level of quality and engineering by outsourcing a lot of it to Mexico, India. Some of it could be artificial intelligence. I mean, I don't know how much they need to have people locally, but I'm sure the quality is probably going to get even worse if it's done in another country, and you can't really manage people as effectively if it's not done at the same location, especially with people who maybe have different education and different standards in a different country. So we'll just have to see how it affects them. That's kind of the reality of today's world, is that you could have all the education, you could be highly technical, and then due to technology or just how well the company's doing, you get laid off with no notice. So one of the guys I read said, hey, I ditched my expensive degree and I started my own trucking company or logistics company, and he said he's going to make more money doing that than he was ever going to make by being an employee through Stellantis or whatever other company. So you always kind of have to play by their rules as a employee. If you're an employee of a big company or just an employee in general, things can kind of change and affect you that you don't have any control over. And then before you know it, you could just end up unemployed or without a job because they lay off, or the company gets bought out, or there's a change in management, or the shareholders vote to change something, and your job becomes eliminated or outsourced, or they merge it down to where maybe there was 10 people in your department, now they're only going to have maybe 2 or 3, and then you get axed. So obviously if you can start your own business and do your own thing, it's more responsibility, but you at least are responsible and can control the outcome a little bit better. When you're just an employee, these people went to bed, I think, Thursday night, and they woke up without a job. They really, probably didn't know that was going to happen, and now they're, without employment. So let me know what you guys think on that regarding Stellantis. It's tough that a lot of those jobs are being outsourced, but that's the decision they make. And I don't think, their car quality is already pretty low. I know, like Chrysler, Jeeps, I know the Dodge trucks, I think a lot of those have like the Cummins engines in them, but they're still so expensive. I don't really know who's buying an $80,000 truck. I think the inventory's piling up. So hopefully it's, who knows? They got rid of a bunch of the jobs here, and I don't think that's going to be positive for their quality. But maybe they're just looking to trim expenses and report a better P&L to the shareholders. So guys, let me know what you think. You can comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.